How big was Jordan's catch on third down to keep that drive alive on the sidelines?
Yeah, it was huge. Jordan's a big-time player. He's making, great plays for us. We're going to continue to, incorporate him a lot more, as the season goes on.
Kenny, how did it feel to have Tazier Mack back? You connected with him a few big times, and he had that huge touchdown.
Yeah, that's my guy. Been with him through a lot. Was really happy to see him on the practice field this week, and he was running really well. He's got fresh legs, so I knew he was gonna have a big game. I just had to get the ball in his hands.
Kenny, is there anything you can put your finger on when it comes to when you guys get in the red zone or even inside the 35? I think you guys got inside the 35 7 times today. Scored 2 touchdowns. Is there anything you see that happens when you guys get closer to the goal line? Is there anything you put your finger on?
I think getting behind the sticks early is what hurt us, today. Just off the top of my head, I obviously got to go back and watch it. But, if we could stay ahead of the sticks and be more aggressive, that's where we want to be down there.
Kenny, it seemed like there were a couple of times where you had a penalty that really took away a big game. You had a couple drops. Does it feel like there's really only some details that are holding you guys back from having maybe the kind of game you feel like you're capable of having?
Right. I think we're, like you said, a few plays away. We try to limit the drops a little bit more in the pre-snap penalties. What hurt us today, they were doing some things up front, yelling, which had our guys jump a few times, which is illegal. But once we get that squared away, I think we'll really take off. It's just the little details right now, and we're just a few plays away.
I'm curious, what's it like to watch your defense go to work?
Love watching our defense. They make us better offensively going against them, in practice every day and all camp. Top defense in the country without a doubt. Just having those guys behind us, and we try to go out there and get on guys early, get on top of teams early, so they can go play fast and pin their ears back and do what they do best. So we just want to keep widening the gap throughout the game, let those guys be more aggressive and do what they do best.
Kenny, there were a couple of times where you took off and got first downs with your legs. That seems like an aspect of your game that is maybe developing a little bit more this year. I know you did a bit last year, but is that something you focus on in the off season? Just having that confidence to break the pocket when you need to.
I wouldn't really say that. I mean, Louisville is doing a really good job of getting underneath a lot of routes early. I think that's why we had a lot of success running the ball. But once I see it clear, and I worked on my speed a lot this offseason, and Coach Stack helped me out a lot when he came in, and just another year of maturity and growth in the weight room, and working speed drills out in the field. So I think that's just an element of my game that can really just keep drives alive and keep us on the field. So it's just something I'll just keep doing.
Kenny, how does the loss of Kai Wright and Lucas Krull affect the formations and the personnel you used today against Louisville?
Yeah, we were a little banged up today on offense. I've had a few guys down before the game, and then, obviously some guys went down during the game. But it's just more adversity, and it's just things you got to fight through. It's football, it happens. I'm hoping those guys get back as soon as they can. But it definitely alters the game plan and alters what you want to do. Week by week, it's a new team. So, we'll just take it in stride and keep moving forward.
Anything final for Kenny?
Yeah, Kenny, that 4-receiver set, was that something you guys have been working on in general, or is that kind of directly in response to not having Lucas?
The 4-receiver sets, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, we threw it in there a little bit versus Syracuse, and obviously, when Lucas and Kai went down, that was going to be more of an emphasis this week, just having Jared on the field as well. He's been doing a great job, and now he's working outside and inside, where, I think he's an X factor now that we have in there. So, like I said before, just, adapt and overcome, the circumstances that we're dealt with and just keep rolling.
Kenny, we just talked to Alex Kessman, and he mentioned his work with a sports psychologist and kind of what that kind of turned around for him this week. Is that something that you've used before? He also mentioned things like meditation. What do you kind of use in order to kind of settle yourself, particularly if you don't have a strong performance?
Really it's just, talking with Coach Whipple and correcting, what I need to correct. I think that's just the best way to go about it. Coach Whip's been in this profession for a long time, so he's the guy I kind of lean on and for guidance. He's helped me, these past 2 years, immensely. So, and really the team, you can fall back on your teammates. I got great people in this locker room. I'm very grateful to be on this team. So I think we're all moving in the right direction, and we're just, keep stacking wins.
Kenny, what do you think about how Vincent ran the ball, and not just him actually run, but him catching a few passes too? Just the way that he runs, it doesn't seem like he shied away from contact today at all.
No, Vince is one of the toughest guys on the team, and he prides himself on that. Smaller guy, but it takes 2 or 3 to bring him down. A guy I love playing with, plays really hard, full tilt. And I think the jump that he made this year was in his preparation. I think he's done a really good job preparing week by week and kind of taking more of a leadership role in the running back room. Now with AJ down, AJ went out and he stepped up big time. So really happy for him.